Hello and welcome to Stinker Madness, a podcast about bad movies by bad movie lovers for bad movie lovers, except for this week where we're not going to do a bad movie. Jackie and I are leaving tomorrow on a jet plane to the 51st state. That's what it should be, you fucking Nazis. Puerto Rico, to a town called Aguadilla. Yeah, so we don't have time to do a movie this week. Yeah. Now I'm rambling. Jackie's looking at me sideways, and Sam is shuffling papers around. That's what we're doing on this show.
Yep, I'm shuffling papers. I've got to find the evidence.
Content is here, baby.
It's all right here.
Jackie, you excited about our trip?
Yeah, I am. I'm really excited to go snorkeling. Because that's all I fucking care about. Like, Puerto Rico, and then as soon as they said snorkeling, I'm like, oh, man, okay, so this is the snorkeling trip sponsored by Justin and his hard-working ways.
What? Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. It's sponsored by me.
Got on booking.com and clicked some buttons. Yeah, it was a backbreaker.
I know. No, I'm excited to go snorkeling. I love the sea. And they have bioluminescent fish that I want to go see. And they have a pony island that I want to go to and see the wild ponies.
Okay.
And they have sea turtles there, so I'm hoping that I can chase one again like I did in Hawaii, and it'll be too fast for me to get.
I like turtles.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't want to go to La Perla.
La Perla. What is La Perla?
La Perla.
Old San Juan.
You don't want to go to Old San Juan? That's like one of the number one destinations.
I don't want to go there because La Perla is... I did some research after what Sam told us about...
The AIDS
last week. And I immediately went out and borrowed my sister's scuba diving mask so I didn't have to possibly get the AIDS from scuba masks.
I don't think that's how that works.
Oh, my God.
And
get whiter. I dare you.
I am going to get whiter. Just hold your horses. I did a little research on dangerous places in Puerto Rico, and La Perla is in Old San Juan, and it is the most dangerous place on the island. It is high poverty, Section 8 housing.
Oh, my God. No, not the Section 8 people. Okay, so I'm going to unwhite a little bit this podcast because I looked up crime statistics for Puerto Rico, and they pale to even the small suburb that we live in. So It is actually more dangerous in your house right now than the entire island of Puerto Rico. Those people may be poor, and nobody's helping. I'm just saying, government, like, you're fucking them. It's getting real bad there. But they are proud. They give a shit about the well-being of Puerto Rico, and they do not do the things that you might find in, say, the San Juan Islands, which is on the other side of North America, or Puerto Vallarta, or Tijuana, especially. In fact, don't go to Tijuana.
You got to remember, they closed that prison in Tijuana. It's not the same as it once was, which was a serious honor system prison. You could just leave and come back.
I promise to come back after I kidnap some white people.
And bring them into this prison that I've turned into a condo for myself.
Yeah. They're my friends now. They belong here.
Yes. Also, while I'm gone, go get me some cocaine guards.
Yeah, we're going to need a pile of it. We got some white people here that I'm going to keep company while I ransom them. And some
I'm not doing that shit off of a table. I need some hookers' asses to do the cocaine off of.
Yep. That's how prison works. So I think we'll be okay, A-okay in Puerto Rico, Jackie, especially in San Juan. So,
well, it's just Old San Juan.
Yeah, but that's beautiful. It's where all the culture and the colors and not the restoration. What do you call it when a hurricane levels an island and they rebuild? That's where all the rebuilding is taking place. The modernization is in Old San Juan.
Anyway, I also learned that they have empanadas there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they have like 3 versions of empanadas there. One looks like a torpedo. One looks like the ones we used to go get at that one restaurant.
Okay,
and then the other ones look kind of like a tortilla. What are those called? Quesadilla.
Yeah.
Okay.
The ones that we used to go get were specifically the guy was from El Salvador.
Mm-hmm. So maybe just different styles, way of cooking, preparing the delivery of the empanada. So, okay. They also do a lot of pork, lots and lots of pork. Also, here's a stat of why Puerto Rico's getting fucked is because that they're a territory and in limbo between the independence and being a state, they are not allowed to grow their own food. Essentially, they have limitations on the amount of produce that they can produce within the state or the territory, and
Commonwealth.
Commonwealth. There you go. They are not allowed to negotiate their own trade treaties, so they can't even get food from St. Thomas, which is seriously 5 minutes across the channel of water, or the U.S. Virgin Islands, or any place. They have to get it from the continental United States. So 75% of their fucking food comes in on a goddamn boat from Florida. And you think that's not expensive? Like, yeah, it's expensive for us tourists. We're expecting it. But people live there. They need to eat the food. So they can't even grow their own goddamn piggies. They have to have pigs fly in a plane. Like, there's half of it's tourists, and then you got a pig sitting next to you that's going to get eaten by you.
And honestly, I mean, it's not super far, but it is. I mean, they have to go past Cuba and the Dominican Republic from Florida, so
it's a journey. Yeah, it raises the prices of everything. So everything may be cheap there, except for the cost of living, which is insane.
I bet there's cigars there.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'm not going to find any because then I'm going to white out because I'd have to get on the black market or the indiscriminate shade market. I'm not prejudiced. The unprejudicial market and find some cigars from some unsavory characters.
There's probably just cigar stands
that are illegal.
Why?
Because they have to come from America. So if they're coming from America, they're not any good. So they have to get the good ones from a place that's not American. No, all of it. They are not allowed to import anything except from the United States. Gasoline, oil, food, luxuries, wood, lumber, steel, aluminum. Every single fucking thing has to come from the U.S. Everything. It's horse shit. But that's the way it is. Nope. While we're up here drinking our imported Canadian beers and guzzling our fentanyl, they're starving to death because nobody.
There's 167 Cuban cigar shops in San Juan. So
yeah, Cuban. We'll see. I'll give you a report back on that. We're moving on from Puerto Rico. We're going to start out this podcast of the interesting section. We should probably talk a little bit briefly about the Oscars. Jackie and I watched them. Sam, I'm assuming you didn't because you're a notorious hater of award shows.
I didn't watch it, but I was before it happened. I was like, man, this Honora's kind of nominated for everything, and it looks like it kind of won everything. Which, I've never seen one of Sean Baker's movies, so I was gonna watch Tangerine anyway because somebody had been pushing that on me. But I haven't seen it yet. So I've seen 0 of this guy's movies, and now he's won all of it.
I don't think I've seen a Sean Baker movie either, but I am surprised that you haven't because my knowledge of his work seems like in your wheelhouse.
Yeah, that sort of like bizarre comedy bullshit that only I like.
Yeah, that people can't really connect to or relate to in a direct path. Squid and the Whale. I'm going to go ahead and just toss
Squid and the Whale, Me and You and Everyone We Know, stuff like that.
Yeah. So we also have not seen Honora. Before I go to Jackie, Sam, did you see any of the Best Picture nominations this year?
I did not.
Okay. Jackie, did you?
Yes, I saw Wicked and I saw Nosferatu.
Nosferatu was not nominated for Best Picture, but nice try. In
Was
fact, I'll help
Wicked?
you out here. Wicked was. Absolutely.
Well, that sucks. That's why I don't watch this shit. Fuck that.
You did see one of them, Sam. It was Dune 2. Dune 2 was nominated.
Oh, yeah. I saw that one. I didn't like it as much as the first one.
No, I didn't either. And Jackie and I also saw Conclave. But let's go ahead and give Jackie the floor, because now she's got to retort to Sam's wicked response.
Yeah. Defend yourself, Jackie. Wicked blows. I've never even seen it.
I don't want to.
You're like, well, it kind of blows.
She's going to roll over on that one, huh?
So here's the deal, is that I'm not the one to ask if I enjoyed the movie or not, because
You saw it. It's really easy to answer that.
Well, I read all of the books.
Okay.
And they don't follow, they kind of follow the books, but not really. And all the singing and dancing, just, I don't know. I got to go throw up now. I'll be right back.
Oh my God. Wicked has given her the yucks. I don't think she did like it. I think our son liked it so much, which is
Odd,
troubling, maybe. I don't know. He has the right to like whatever he wants, I guess. I should be more accepting. But he loved it. He absolutely loved it. And every time he watched the Oscars, mostly because he was grounded and that was the only TV he could watch. Every time Wicked didn't win the category, he was screaming bullshit in whatever language 11-year-olds speak. He was irate, even though he'd never seen any of the other movies. And then he asked me, this Sonora movie keeps winning, Dad. What's it about? And I'm like, oh, God. So there's a lady and some Russians, and that's about as deep as I want to get. So it's not for you, son. I don't think you'd like it. I question whether I would like it. So let's move on. His other favorite movie, of course, was The Wild Robot, which I'm assuming you still haven't seen, Sam.
Nope, I haven't seen it.
Gotta do it. It didn't win. That broke his tiny little heart. And I haven't seen Flow, the winner of Best Animated. It is on Netflix. I thought about checking down, but I'm kind of low on time with this Puerto Rico thing. But yeah, I was also sad that The Wild Robot didn't win because I thought it was spectacular.
I did. I haven't seen it, but I was amused that the Kieran Culkin is now an Academy Award winner.
Yes. Yeah.
And I was also amused by the fact that the film was directed by Eisenberg, who's been getting a lot of the hate.
Is that
Jesse Eisenberg?
I know who Jesse Eisenberg is. Is it unwarranted, the hate? Or?
I don't think so. I don't think that he casts himself in these movies, and he does his best.
Okay.
I've watched it a number of times. I still think it's a bad cast, but he's trying his best as Lex Luthor. He's just like the wrong guy. He's just the wrong guy.
Yeah. I can't think of a single Jesse Eisenberg movie that I like. Any of them.
Let us see what the Eisenberg has done. I know that he's done some stuff that I liked.
The Social Network, didn't like. That Not Catch Me If You Can. The Poof, I'm a Magician crap. Hate that crap. Wasn't he in Zombieland? Didn't care for it.
Didn't like it.
And then that Superman stuff I did not like.
Well, of course, the Squid and the Whale. He was great in that.
Oh, there you go.
Since we're going to mention that again, you didn't like it. I really liked it a lot.
What was he, 4?
Oh, he was a teenager, or young adult anyway. Didn't watch The Social Network.
Yeah.
I really liked Cafe Society. He was very good in that, being kind of the whiny side of Woody Allen. So, yeah, he's been in 2 movies that I liked.
Okay. I don't know. I guess there's a world where he is required, like that character, but I think I don't like that character, and he is that character. Now, maybe this Real Pain thing works pretty good. I don't know. People seem to like it. I like the Kieran Culkin. Big fan. I'm a kid. That's my job. That's one of the greatest quotes in all of film. I think that we should make a push, and I think that he should also change his middle name, and I think that we should do it, but I think he should do it backwards of his brother. He should be Kieran McCulkin Kieran. Or should he be Kieran Culkin Kieran Culkin? So his middle name would
Kieran
be
Culkin
Kieran instead of Macaulay Culkin. Macaulay Culkin. See, it's fun. You're not having any fun, but I'm having fun.
Not having any fun. If his middle name was Out, I would have fun. Kieran Out! McCulkin.
Okay. You haven't seen the Succession at all, have you? And you probably never will, but I would highly recommend it because he's brilliant. He's brilliant in it. He's a good actor. I was glad to see.
Is that an Apple thing?
Nah, HBO.
Succession is okay. It's HBO. We'll see. I don't know. Like, I'm almost done with Apple. Finally, I've got like 12 more episodes of Slow Horses. And then I think I might get rid of or do what you're doing with the commercials and HBO and Disney or whatever.
Yeah.
Once I gotta do Ted Lasso and the last half of Slow Horses, which is fucking awesome. It's fucking awesome.
Unfamiliar with it.
Like, I don't want to give them my money, but I will have to because of the Oldman and that show.
I will not. I just won't do it.
You're missing out.
Yeah, it sucks, man. I hate that shit.
You'll have to launder the money through Jackie in some way to get it.
maybe through her bathroom activities, because she's still not back, and unfortunately, both of my topics require her presence.
Okay.
So what do you got?
So I got stop what you're doing right now and watch Slow Horses. That's my
what's
best
the premise?
show I've seen. What's that?
What's the premise?
It's like all the fuck ups in MI5 are stuffed into a corner across town from the main campus.
Okay. All
to just sort of like, you fucked up enough that we can't fire you because firing you would let out the fuck up that you did. So we're burying you in this corner of the organization where you will work out your remaining days in mundane tasks that do not require to be done. Yet the guy that runs it is Gary Oldman, and he was at one point a hotshot field operative who wants to just be fucking retired at this point. And
that does sound good.
They have they get involved through various. Mostly, it's just his past catching up with him, and then he has to have these fuck ups help him out.
Okay,
and they're not. They're all like capable in their own ways, but they are fuck ups. And he's something else. Like, a lot of people will have a hard time with the first couple episodes just because of how awful everyone is to each other. They are just ruthless to one another verbally, and it is hilarious.
No, that works for Succession. It worked for Curb Your Enthusiasm, so I don't see why it wouldn't work for.
Oh, it's
else.
not like Curb Your Enthusiasm. It's cheeky what they say to each other. They say like shit you would not. They are ruthlessly awful to one another for the first while, and he never stops calling them complete fucking worthless. It's great.
Okay,
he farts a lot. Which I would have thought that would have been my turnoff is that the amount of fart jokes with Gary Oldman, but Gary Oldman brings fart jokes to a new level.
Man, God, this show sounds great. Damn it!
You're gonna have to. It sucks. Never thought they would get a dime, but they're getting my money because of the Old Man.
Man, I have so little to watch TV wise right now, so that's hurting me, Sam.
Beyond that, what really sucks is it's very good espionage, very good pulpy espionage stuff, because there's always a point in each season, because they do one book in a season, and it's about 6 episodes, and so it's like a pulpy length novel, and 6 episodes is perfect for that, right?
Yeah.
You get the whole story, it's enough, and there's always a point where you're like, well, that doesn't work, and then the reason why it doesn't work is that you've been slapped in the face with, you've been baited. Like, wait, he shouldn't be alive still. You've been baited, and you find out why, and you're like, oh my God, that worked out so well. Oh my God, that makes so much sense. I fucking love it. Slow Horses is the best show I've seen in a long time.
Okay.
Slow Horses and the Man on the Inside. It's like two television. I haven't seen television shows that good in 10 years. Good. Like, yeah, it sucks. You're gonna have to give them your money.
Okay. All right.
And Ted Lasso seems like it's real fucking good too. I just have been every free moment I get has been Slow Horses lately.
Okay.
Except last night I watched The Gorge, and a lot of the reviews on that are what in the actual fuck am I watching right now? And I can second that. Like, what the fuck? I'm not sure. I don't know that I liked it. I don't think I did.
Okay.
It was weird. It like Sigourney Weaver shows up and you're like, oh, is this going to be some cabin in the woods bullshit?
Uh-huh.
And they're just bringing her in to do the cabin in the woods bullshit?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, but it's like halfway there. It's not even nearly as well baked. So,
huh? Okay.
Didn't care for it. Don't want to spoil anything, but it's I don't know. Well, you're not going to hate that you watched it. You're not going to feel bad about the loss of the 2 hours or whatever. But you're like, that wasn't that great.
That seems like a loss of 2 hours at this point in our lives. While Jackie's back. Hello, Jackie.
Hello. Sorry about that.
It's all right. We won't talk about the movie that shall remain unnamed for the rest of the podcast. I do want to have bring back an oldie. We're going to do a pop quiz, Hotshot.
Oh, okay.
So, basically, because of my lack of available television to watch until Sam has really hurt my life, I have been stuck trying to find old things to watch, and I've been watching a shitload of a TV show that the three of us are familiar with, but maybe the listening audience isn't. It's called Wheeler Dealers. I believe it was a BBC show, but it might have been a Channel 4 show way back started in like 2002.
It reeks of Channel 4, yeah.
Yeah, it's a car flipping show. Two guys, Mike goes out, finds a car that's a hoopty, brings it back to the shop, and Ed China, later another guy, I can't remember his name, fixes it up, and then they try to sell it. I love this show. I've been watching it as long as it's been around. It's not for people who don't like cars, but it brought me to an interesting thing, because when Jackie and I traveled to England, most of my UK language speaking skills came from Wheeler Dealers. I knew what words meant, all because the word chuffed. I'd never heard chuffed before. I'm chuffed about this. Well, I wouldn't have known if we'd gone to England had I not watched Wheeler Dealers. So I'm pretty savvy on the English lingo in general, but I have found 3 new ones that I had never heard of before that I'm going to quiz you guys on. The first one, and ding in the rules of Pop Quiz Hotshot. There's no turns. You just hit your buzzer verbally and say your answer. The first one, I want an explanation of what it means just by the phrase. It's having a Turkish.
Ding.
Jackie.
A really anticipated experience, but then when you bite into it or you get there, you're very disappointed.
Wrong.
Oh.
Sam.
A cigarette?
It is not. Having a Turkish means you're having a laugh. Like you're pulling a prank on somebody. It's a joke. You're joking, right? It's another way to say having a Turkish. So I had to look up, because obviously you've heard British people say, you're having a laugh at me right now. Mm-hmm. But that's where having a Turkish comes. It means the same thing.
So that's why he's called Turkish in
maybe
Snatch, because he's kind of a joke.
Maybe. because it's Cockney rhyming slang for having a laugh, having a bath, having a Turkish bath, having a Turkish.
Huh.
So if you can connect Turkish to bath and Turkish in Snatch, or maybe he is a joke. Maybe that is the joke, and we didn't get it until now. So no points have been awarded. This one is a little tricky. It's pretty easy to know what it means, but I want a guess at the origin of where it comes from. Happy as Larry.
Ding.
Jackie.
Wales.
Wales. Like the animal or the country?
The country.
Okay. I'm going to need more.
Because they have Cardiff down there. And Cardiff is where Doctor Who is made, and they probably have heard of Larry Davidson.
Who's Larry Davidson?
Larry David.
Larry David. So they came up with Happy as Larry because of Doctor Who and Larry David, who are very unrelated to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Wrong.
Yeah, the pants tent and the TARDIS are just a hop, skip, and a jump away from one another.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep, that makes sense. No, that is incorrect. That is not where Happy as Larry comes from. Sam, you got a guess?
Lawrence of Arabia.
That's not a bad guess, but you're wrong.
I'm guessing I'm wrong.
Obviously, it means to be extremely happy or carefree. The origin of Happy as Larry is Larry Foley was an Australian boxer who never lost a fight. His last fight was in the 1870s. He was paid the fast sum of £1,000 and won the fight. Hence the term Happy as Larry. However, if you go to this post on Reddit by user I Really Need a Whiz.
Seems credible.
He asks, how common is the phrase Happy as Larry outside of Ireland, UK, Australia, and New Zealand? It's never, nobody's ever heard of it before. Oh, dang it. The link to his source is broken. On Phrase Finder, the origin of Happy as Larry seems to come from Australia or New Zealand. And the first time it appeared in print was in a book from 1863. I had another one. Happy as Larry being a pet name for Lawrence. The resulting is that nobody has a freaking clue where Happy as Larry comes from. So both of you are actually correct, because who the fuck knows? You're probably right.
Who the fuck knows? I
award you both 1 point. It is a tie ball game. Last but not least, I want to know what a yank tank is. YNKTANK.
A gas tank.
It is not. I'll give you guys a better hint because I want a good tiebreaker. Unless Jackie's got it right off the nose. She gets one guess.
A yank tank?
Yank tank. Like Yankee tank.
A Jeep.
Oh my fucking God. Jackie's the winner.
Nice.
A yank
Makes
tank
sense.
is a CJ. Well done. I am very surprised by that. I was thinking if somebody was going to get onto cars, they were going to say like a Cadillac or maybe like a big tough guy truck, bullshit truck. But no, it's a Jeep. Yank tank. They won the fucking war.
Yeah.
Well, that was unfair for Sam, because I used to talk to a gentleman in Ireland pretty frequently, and when I first bought my Jeep, he called it a yank tank.
Okay. Previous existing knowledge still qualifies. You knew what it was. You're the winner.
Yeah.
I think that might be like your first and only pop quiz hot shot that you won. Does anybody really win, though?
No, we all lose. Horribly.
All right, Sam, you got something else?
My only thing that I have left is, what the fuck is wrong with Jello?
Yeah, I kind of want to know that too.
What do you mean?
Like, it's gone. Like, nobody eats it. Like, I've got people are like, oh, you need to get some gelatin from the health suits. It's good for your skin and your joints. And I'm like, well, can I eat Jello? And they look at me like, why would you do that? Take gelatin as a supplement, but don't eat Jello.
Huh.
Because no one eats Jello anymore. And I'm like, but there's always room for Jello. What the fuck is wrong with Jello? Why is no one having Jello?
Jackie, you having Jello?
I love grape Jello. It's my favorite. And I know that you tease me all the time about liking grape things, but I like grape flavored stuff. Like, it's my favorite Gatorade. It's my favorite electrolyte. It's my favorite Jello.
That's what the
and
kids
it's not
like.
It's not widely popular.
Okay. Name
Purple
your favorite.
Drank is pretty popular.
What's your favorite jam or jelly?
Grape.
God damn it. See, no, you're a little kid. Grape jelly's the worst. It's the worst of all the jellies. I would rather put anchovy jelly on my bread than grape jelly. It's crappy and is like drinking Kool-Aid. Like, yeah, little kids love it, but it's garbage. You like the little kid stuff.
I've got peanut butter, but I only have grape jelly and Vegemite. What would you like? I'll give the Vegemite a shot.
I'll give it a try. I'll do a little anchovy paste, a little Nutella. We'll double up on the nut. I'm not doing grape jelly. It's fucking terrible.
Either way.
Well, if it's homemade jelly, then I like raspberry.
Yeah, raspberry's where it's at.
Jam?
Sam? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just like, why?
Jello
What
thing.
happened? Why did we get rid of Jello? What happened to Jello?
I only know 2 places where you get Jello. One of them is at the hospital. You don't want to have their Jello because then you're in the hospital. B is the all of the Chinese buffets always have a little Jello thing, but you don't get the Jello there because you're going to get the ice cream. They got unlimited ice cream.
Yeah,
you're going for the ice cream.
My little brother used to go to the Chinese buffet with his friends after baseball practice and just get a giant plate of Jello.
That's it?
And just sit there and eat it. Yeah,
Wow.
like he would start with a giant plate of Jello, and then he would go eat food, and then he'd get another plate of Jello, and he'd clean out their Jello, their entire thing, right? Because nobody ever eats the Jello,
Right.
but he would clear out their entire tin of Jello in one setting. And the lady at the restaurant, I remember one time I went with them, and I was watching this spectacle, and she was like, "Should I make more Jello for you?" And he was like,
Racist.
"Do you have any more?" And she's like, "Yeah, I got a new tray in the back. I bring out for you."
Doesn't it take like 4 hours to make?
Yeah, but she had a backup tray, but she didn't want to put it out
She
because
knew what
nobody
day it
else was going to eat it.
Yeah, right.
But if he was going to sit there and have more Jello, then she would bring it out.
So,
And he ate half of it.
So do you have a solution to this problem that you're experiencing, Sam? Are you making your own Jello now because it's required for your health?
Well, I'm thinking about it. I'm just curious as to why it fell out of favor. It seems like it couldn't have been solely because of Bill Cosby.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Dude. That's it. I'm not eating the Jello anymore.
I mean, that's like all I got. You're reaching for it, and you're like, oh, it's just okay, and Bill Cosby. Oh, no. And then you just don't grab it. I'm not sure.
What about, we just had Christmas not very long ago. Did anybody have any Jello molds? Did we see Jello molds anywhere?
No.
I didn't. We never have Jello molds. We never have Jello. He's absolutely right.
I think one of my big hangups with Jello is that growing up with a brother the way that he was, is that, you know, my mom would make the Jello in a big bowl, right? It was just one container of Jello.
Right.
And he would go in there with a spoon and he would eat as much Jello as he wanted and then just leave his spoon in the bowl and then just put it back.
Yeah, that's dick. That's fucking dick.
It's his Jello, god damn it.
Yeah, I mean, apparently...
Flagpole on the moon.
Yeah, we weren't supposed to eat his Jello, but I was like... So now I'm kind of like weirded out about Jello. Like, I think if I had like some containers, you know, like some individual sized Jello serving containers that I could pour the Jello into and I could just grab that container and eat that container myself and know that nobody else has probably licked it, I would probably eat more Jello, but I don't have any fancy containers. Oh my God, I need to go to TJ Maxx after this.
Yeah, and that's a pretty good idea, actually. What about Jello shots? When was the last time anybody had a Jello
That's
shot?
the last time I had Jello, and I'm sure it's only been a couple of years since I've had Jello shots, but That's the only form of Jello I think I've had in like 10 years.
The last time we had Jello shots is when we first moved out here to Illinois, and we threw a Christmas party, and Jackie made a bunch of Jello shots, and then everybody puked.
Ah.
It may be indirect because the Jello shots, everybody puked, mostly because after the Jello shots, we got into some really hard stuff.
Yeah.
But it didn't help.
Well, and I think they thought that they were appetizers at first that tasted kind of funny because this one lady was like, why is the Jello in such small quantities?
That's right. Oh, my God. She got shit-faced because she was gobbling up the Jello.
Yeah, because she was like, she was like, oh, my God, I haven't had Jello in a long time. So she's over there just pegging out on them.
She thought that they were horse divorce.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And she was just eating them like crazy. And I was like, you might want to slow down on those. Like, how many of you had of those? And she's like, I just ate like 6 of them. And I was like, yeah, we need to get you some water. That's just straight vodka.
She passed out on our couch. It was like one of the first times we'd ever hung out with her ever. Barely knew her. She's a friend of Isaiah's kids, but she's through our kid, and she passed out on our couch at like 8:00. We were like, what do we do with this person? We don't know her very well. We're now pretty good friends with her. But it was like, oh no. And she drove. And her kids were over there too. And mom's passed out on the couch. And we were like, oh shit, man. The kids are running around. They got to go home. What do? We didn't know what to do. So I kind of like gently jiggled her. I was like, do you want to use the guest room? She flew up, got in the car, grabbed her kids, and drove away. And I'm like, God damn it.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
That was probably one of the neighbor's mailbox hits.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, we've had also incidents with the mailboxes here.
I saw a post about that. So
you'd realize that I know what you're talking about, but nobody on the podcast does. You just go into these conversations with me.
We have this neighbor who lives about a block away, and he's got this really immaculate, like, bricked in mailbox thing. Mm-hmm. And it's beautiful, right? And since we moved here, I think it's been knocked down and demolished like 3 times, right?
3 times. At least once a year it gets ran over.
Yeah. So the last 2 times I figured out what they were. So the time before this one, the Domino's delivery driver hit it.
Okay.
And broke it.
Probably looking up his next delivery on his phone. Yeah.
And then this last time, in between these 2 times, right, the house is caught on fire and mostly burnt down.
Yeah.
So not only is their house like all boarded up, right, and they're trying to rebuild it, but then a drunk driver comes along and hits this guy's mailbox. It was a drunk driver this time.
Okay.
And all I could think was insult to injury. First your house burns down, then a drunk driver hits your mailbox. And what's amazing about this mailbox is that it's not on a corner. It's in the middle of a straight street.
Yeah, yeah.
And people just keep running into this thing.
It's cursed.
And like last summer when I was out trying to exercise, I stopped and he was rebuilding it. And he was like, yeah, it gets hit like once or twice a year and I have to rebuild it. And these guys know what they're doing. This is the same company. I use them every single time.
Like ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching.
They just come over and he's out there smoking cigarettes and talking to him about their kids and shit. Because, he knows these people now.
Yeah.
It's probably been 20 years of mailbox building with these 3 guys.
All right. See you in a month, Fred. You'll be back. Yeah.
But it does hit on the
Jello.
If she gobbled up the Jello and passed out because the Jello shots, it's hitting on the fact that we all want Jello, but none of us are making it for ourselves.
It's a pain in the ass.
You know
it's
what?
really
I like Jello.
not. You just have to wait a few hours.
That's a pain in the ass.
I've got 2 boxes of Jello, Sam, sitting in my pantry that I bought like a month ago because I was like, I kind of in the mood for some Jello.
Nice.
And I looked at them today and I thought I should make some Jello. And that's just really weird that now you're talking about gelatin because I was like, I should make that Jello. That sounds pretty good.
And did you?
No,
you didn't make the Jello. I'm telling you, it's a pain in the ass. Americans want instant gratuity, and 4 hours in the fridge is too long. And then you have to do something with the ice. Like you got to have ice and then you dump it into the bowl to. I thought you did something with ice to make Jello.
You do. You can put a couple of ice cubes in there to speed up the cooling process.
Yeah.
Okay.
What I would like to try with Jello is putting it in a cookie sheet so that it's nice and thin, and then maybe doing cookie cutters of it with Isaiah, right? Because that would be kind of fun. And then, you'd have to put parchment paper down so that the Jello would peel off nicely. But then, we could like give them little funny like whipped cream hats, and dress them up like put whipped cream on their no spots and be funny. Have sexy. We could hand them out to the neighbors, right? And we get like little gingerbread man ones, and then put no spots on the gingerbread with whipped cream, and then pass them out to the neighbors as funnies.
Put some Hershey's Kisses down where the knockers should be.
No, because that's gross.
Jello and chocolate, yuck.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. That's why you use the whipped cream.
What would you put for knockers then? Gumdrops?
Whipped cream.
Whipped cream.
No, whipped cream represents pubic hair. That makes sense. Whipped cream for boobs, that does not make sense at all. You got to have something kind of firm.
I mean,
you just have whipped cream on there and assume that there's boobs underneath it. You're just eating the whipped cream off the Jello stripper.
Okay, that's just not as fun. She's got to be naked. It's not as sexy unless she's naked.
Well, I bet you can find some naked lady Jello molds on the Amazon.
What you could do, Justin, is you could get Skittles, and then you could have them like off-centered. They could have different kind of boobs that are like not looking at each other.
Right?
Yeah.
Little awkward bolt-ons. And like you could like smash one of the Skittles first and be like, the silicone popped. Yeah, okay. See, these are good ideas. And then like you put something big on, and, and then you do a lot of whipped cream above, on the hair, and be like, "This is Jello Parton." She's got really okay.
You could also give it like hairy armpits.
Oh, okay.
That's like this is lesbian Jello.
Boo. You ruined it. You ruined it, Jackie. I was making sexy Jellos, and now you're getting all freaking sexist. Damn it. Making gender statements, tropes, or stereotypes.
You know what you could do is you could get a bunch of toothpicks and put it in its face and be like, this is Hellraiser Jello guy.
Yeah, okay. I like. And give him boobs, too. He's sexy Hellraiser pinhead.
You could put ketamine in it like Bill Cosby.
Like our president does. Pretty sure our who's running the country is doped up on the Jello ketamine for sure. Guy's fucking crazy, dude. Ugh. Okay. Jello, go buy some. Last but not least, I've got bringing another one back. I don't know if you guys remember, but I used to do FilmStories. Well, I've got one. This is a tale that I have found that is true life regarding filmmaking or Hollywood that neither of you have ever heard of. Here we go. February 2nd, 1922. Acclaimed film director William Desmond Taylor. Anybody ever heard of William Desmond Taylor? Just make sure we're doing this right.
No.
Okay.
He's the one that had the moon that blinked and then got shot in the
Definitely not. That's Lumet. Or Lumet?
Okay, fine. You're right.
Lumiere.
I'm flying. Let's
Thank
continue.
You. Okay. He was found dead in his Los Angeles bungalow, shot once in the back. There was no weapon, no forced entry, and bizarrely, no sign of a struggle. His valet, Henry Peavy, discovered the body and ran into the street in a panic. Okay. Panic is like, just call the cops. As police began their investigation, they uncover a web of secrets, missing documents, rumors of a studio cover-up, and multiple high-profile women linked to Taylor, all with potential motives. Despite an extensive investigation and widespread media frenzy, no one was ever arrested, making Taylor's murder one of Hollywood's greatest unsolved crimes.
This is not a crime podcast.
Codpast.
Codpiece.
This is a codpiece. So what?
Crime
Jello.
codpiece sounds good. You just put robbery on the front of it. Stand there and vibe. Pelvic thrusting with your robbery codpiece. Robbery! Robbery!
Until some kid throws ice cubes at you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll continue if you guys would like to know more. William, call him Bill, Desmond Taylor was no ordinary director. A respected figure in early Hollywood, he had worked on films like Huckleberry Finn from 1920 and Anne of Green Gables in 1919. I don't know why those are backwards. Usually you go in. Okay. Collaborating with some of the biggest stars of the silent era. Before his directing career, he had been an actor and appearing in over 20 films before transitioning to the director's chair. But behind his gentlemanly reputation, Taylor had secrets of his own. He had mysteriously abandoned his wife and daughter years earlier, disappearing from their lives entirely before resurfacing in Hollywood under a new name. See, I'm not sure if that's actual abandonment. Like, I don't want to be your dad and husband. I'm going to go over here now. Abandoning implies like they're driving to Tuscaloosa and we got to get gas. And then they go out to use the bathroom and he drives away. That's abandonment.
I mean, there's levels of abandonment and that's the bottom end and just leaving is still there. I don't like you. I'm abandoning you now.
He had mysteriously abandoned his wife and daughter years earlier. To me, that says bathroom on the way to Tuscaloosa, not I'm going to go away now.
I immediately thought, I got to go get a pack of smokes.
Mm-hmm. See, I'm not even sure if that's abandoning. That's leaving for sure. But like they know where they're at. They're in the house. Like we've been abandoned at home. Should we watch the baseball game? No, the dude left.
Either way, I got to know what happens here.
Okay. One of the key figures in the case was Mabel Normand, a beloved comedic actress often compared to Charlie Chaplin in terms of talent and popularity. Normand starred in films like Mickey, 1918, and The Extra Girl, 1923, and she was known for her fast-paced slapstick humor. She was also the last person to see Taylor alive. The two had a close relationship, and some speculated it was romantic, though Normand always insisted they were just friends. Taylor, it seemed, was trying to help her kick her cocaine habit. Here we go. Which led some to believe his murder was tied to the drug underworld, perhaps a warning from dealers who didn't appreciate his interference. Plausible? Or are you guys gonna? You want me to just keep read? You want me to read the whole thing? You guys aren't gonna interject.
I don't know what's happening. He's like
okay.
If there was a murder in his house and his run around, and he has connections to Hollywood people. Is all I'm getting.
Okay.
Yeah, and one of them was a cokehead. Continue.
Then there was Mary Miles Minster, Triple M. I don't know if you trust those people. A rising star, often compared to Mary Pickford. She had appeared in hits like...
That's a comparison right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually know who Mary Pickford is.
She had appeared in hits like Anne of Green Gables, 1919, and The Little Clown, 1921. And at just 20 years old, she was poised to become one of Hollywood's biggest leading ladies. But behind the innocent girl next door image was an infatuation with Taylor that bordered on obsession. Love letters in her handwriting were found among his belongings, some of which hinted at unrequited love. More troubling was her mother, Charlotte Shelby, a notoriously controlling stage mother who micromanaged every aspect of Mary's career. Shelby allegedly owned a .38 Special, that's a pistol, the same type of gun used to kill Taylor, and decades later, rumors surfaced that she may have privately confessed to the crime. Another suspect was Margaret Gibby Gibson, a lesser-known actress who had appeared in films like The Kiss, 1914, and The Wildcat, 1917. She had a history of legal trouble, including arrests for fraud and possible ties to organized crime. In a shocking twist, on her deathbed in 1964, Gibson allegedly confessed to killing Taylor. However, no one could verify her claim, and the details she provided didn't match what was known about the crime scene. The case grew even murkier due to reports of missing evidence. Some witnesses claim to have seen studio executives enter Taylor's home before the police arrived, possibly removing documents or letters that could have implicated Hollywood's elite. Paramount Pictures, which employed Taylor, had a vested interest in keeping the scandal contained. At the time, Hollywood was already reeling from other controversies like the Fatty Arbuckle scandal and the Wallace Reed's drug overdose. And the Taylor case only fueled growing calls for moral reform in the industry. That's the list of our suspects. I got a couple more things here, but that's the case. Guys got any?
So it's probably not any of them.
Okay.
Probably just got knocked off from pissing off the wrong guy, and that guy took a bunch of money.
In his home? What about the missing documents?
No, you take the money first, and then you shoot him. Make it look like something else happened. Unrequited love, whatever. The Hollywood scandals always seem like they end up not being what they're really about, and it's just some money. It's just one guy wanted more money, and he figured out a good way to dust another guy off and get the money.
Your explanation sounds an awful lot like a movie starring Cuba Gooding Jr. called A Murder of Crows.
Is that what happened in that movie? Because I don't remember.
You're saying that all this other evidence is like red herrings. Like, oh, this guy owes me money. I'll just plug him, take the money. And then I'm going to scatter love letters all over his corpse and steal important Hollywood documents.
Yeah, false trail.
Jackie?
I think it was somebody's husband who didn't like his handsy approach in Hollywood and went in there and he's like, what are you going to do about it? And he turned his back on him and he goes, I'm going to do this. And he shoots him. And then he goes through and finds anything that's connected to his wife, which is the Hollywood documents, right? And they're probably like nudie pictures that she had to pose for the executives.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You know, because they used to do all like cast calling,
totally.
couches, type things, right? So could have been movies or pictures or something like that he goes in and takes, and he's like, he finds the money while he's getting those things, and he's like, fuck it, I'm taking this too, you fucking bastard.
So you think all of the women are in it? Both of you agree that the women are all innocent?
Did you say that Mabel Normand was involved?
I said that the first suspect was Mabel Normand. Yeah.
She's only involved because that's who was the co-conspirator in Fatty Arbuckle, right? So she's just getting some heat for doing that.
What about the cocaine, though?
Everyone had cocaine then.
True.
It was in the drinks.
That is a good point.
He has cocaine. So do you.
I'm loaded. Full of it, actually. Okay, ultimately, Taylor's murder changed Hollywood forever. Fearing bad publicity, studios began imposing strict morality clauses on their actors, restricting their behavior both on and off the screen. The case also helped pave the way for the formation of the Hays Code. Oh, good. Thanks.
Yep.
The strict set of rules governing Hollywood's content that would dominate the industry for decades. Yeah, fucking great for that. Thanks, guys. Despite various theories ranging from a crime of passion to an assassination by Hollywood's criminal underworld, I guess that's Sam's theory, the truth behind William Desmond Taylor's death remains a mystery. The case remains officially unsolved, buried beneath layers of lost evidence, conflicting accounts, and a century's worth of speculation. Whether it was an angry lover, Jackie's sort of theory, a jealous mother, or even something more sinister, the murder of William Desmond Taylor's is a reminder that in Hollywood, the most gripping stories don't always play out on the silver screen. So there you go. Now, I can't do that again because you guys have heard that story.
Okay, yeah. Unsolved.
Just out of curiosity, where did you find this?
The internet.
Oh, okay.
Google. I mean, and then I rewrote it with a little help from all of our friend or shall be named unnamed friend.
Okay.
Name rhymes with hat PCB.
So do they have any pictures of this person?
Probably. I didn't look that up.
Yeah, they do.
Like,
I'm looking at him right now. He's got.
Like his
he was
corpse,
also in the King's Royal Rifle Corps.
Huh.
Prior to being in Hollywood, so that's exciting.
Like the King?
Or King's Royal Rifle Corps.
Okay, so maybe not the King, just some place called King.
Which is the British Army.
So he was originally British and then moved to Hollywood?
He was born in Ireland.
Okay. And then, so he was Irish, and then was like, yeah, I'll go to Britain and join their army, because the Irish love England. Yay!
He must have wanted out of Ireland real bad.
Real bad! Like, whoa! I don't like it here. I mean, fuck England.
I fucking hate Ireland.
But
and he gets married and has a family, and he's like, you people are Irish too? Peace out.
I'm going to America. I'm making a pictures. God damn. Woo! All right. I think that's our show. Do we have anything else? Jackie?
Nope.
Thanks for tuning in, listeners. I hope you enjoyed our Unspecial. We will be back in 2 weeks with Sam's pick, and he still hasn't chosen anything, has he?
I still haven't chosen anything now.
Good. Good work.
Good work.
Have a great 2 weeks, guys, and get to the chopper.